They came out of left field, took me completely by surprise. I had no idea they were coming, and when I saw them, I thought absolutely fire. The Adidas ZX 4004D I Want, I Can in the original colorway was a bonny sneaker. Pure fire, absolute class. And now Adidas are following up that with the Adidas ZX 4004D I Want, I Can black sneaker in the black colorway. And what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at that particular sneaker in detail and compare it to its OG version that dropped earlier this year and decide whether or not the latest iteration of this sneaker is fire or flop. When today we look at the Adidas ZX 4004D I Want, I Can black. This is the Tokyo Bada 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Bada 23 Sneaker Channel です。毎日アップするので、毎日見てください。And every single day I would bring you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news and sneaker reviews, and a little bit about the butter movement, which is usually at the end of the video, but for just a couple of seconds, I tell the guys who are playing this butter movement game with me that today's hint is red and black. Red and black, that's hint number 2 for this week. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a link, bing, to the game that we're playing right there. That explains the game, but there's also a link down below in the description to that game. So if you want to know more about this game that we're playing, check out those 2 things. But I was determined when we started playing this game that they wouldn't interfere with the sneakers and we'd keep the sneakers front and center. So more butter movement stuff later. Right now it's time to look at this Adidas ZX 4004D I Want, I Can black, and I keep stressing that black on the end there because the original colorway when it came out, which I hope I've put behind me here, was just honestly, I think the review for that, I hope I put the review up already. If I didn't, I'll put it up now. The review for that, I was just like, oh, it's a horrible word. It's a horrible word. It's really gross. It's a bit like moist, you know, it's a horrible word. But I was gushing about that sneaker. I really was. I was just taken aback by it. I just didn't see it coming when I stumbled across it on, you know, I think it was it Kicks on Fire maybe where I stumbled across it. Oh man, it just it really got me. It really got me, and I was totally wanted to get my hands on that sneaker. And then today they're bringing out another iteration, another colorway of the same silhouette, and we're going to have a look at a comparison between the two and have a detailed look at the black itself and see where Adidas have gone right and potentially gone wrong with that particular sneaker. But before we do that, this is a YouTube channel, and that means I need you to subscribe to the channel. If you have already subscribed to the channel, super appreciated. We're well past 800, trucking on towards 900. There's been a lot of love for the channel the last few weeks, and I've been feeling it, like literally feeling it and metaphorically feeling it. So thank you guys very much out there for subscribing. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe down below. And if I don't say it, a large proportion of people out there won't do it. So please, I'm going to say it, please do hit the like button down below. It helps the channel tremendously. And as I am here in Tokyo, Japan, I do say it in Japanese at the start of every one of my videos. Toroku mo ine mo click suru to tasakaru no de, ryohou to mo onegai shimasu. チャンネル登録はもう800人以上、そろそろ900人になりそうので、登録してくれた方にありがとうございます。感謝します。まだ登録してない方にぜひ下の登録バトンをクリックすると助かるので、ぜひよろしくお願いします。いいねもね、クリックすると助かるので、いいねをクリックするとよろしくお願いします。Okay, now let's have a look at these bad boys. I Want, I Can. The original colorway, as you've probably seen from the backdrops behind me here, and I'm talking about the original colorway of the I Want, I Cans. I'm not talking about the original ZX 4004Ds, which in and of themselves are fire sneakers mostly. They did do a really strange, I shouldn't say really strange, that's a bit rude, but they did do an unusual, a less appreciated, let's put it that way, a less appreciated variant of the 4Ds, and I'll put something behind me here. I don't even remember the name of it. I did review it, but it had a plastic panel that came down from the lacing system that I didn't like. But other than that, most of the 4Ds have been fire, the ZX 4000 4Ds, and I've reviewed a fair few of them for the channel. I'll put a link up, you know, above to some of them, and if you're interested in those, you know, go ahead and check them out. But I'm specifically talking about the previous iteration of I Want, I Can, which I've only seen one of. I'm assuming there's only been one colorway in that line, and then this latest version. And the previous colorway was much more colorful than this particular colorway. This particular colorway, that big splash of orange I want on the lateral side of one sneaker, and I can on the lateral side of the other. Other than that, it's a primarily black or grey sneaker. Of course, that you can't get away from. It's not really the elephant in the room, because an elephant in the room is a negative thing. But the thing you can't get away from is that midsole, that 4D midsole, 3D printed midsole in that traditional. Are we going for lime green? I think we can go for lime green color, which is interesting because Yohji Yamamoto dropped a 4D sneaker earlier this year, but it had a cream, perhaps even sail color 4D or 3D printed midsole. And then recently I saw a sneaker. I thought about reviewing it for the channel, but I didn't. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I can't remember. But the 4D, the 3D printed midsole was black. So it's interesting to see them playing around with the colors on those midsoles. But in the case of these guys, they've gone with that OG lime green colorway on the midsole there. So that's your color blocking, if you like. The standard, I would say, standard colors. Now, the best place to look at this is actually to go to the medial side rather than the lateral side. The lateral side has that splash of color I want on one, I can on the other. But the medial side, actually, I was a really big fan of this medial side when I saw it. I looked at it and thought, you know, hey, that's pretty cool. That as a sneaker on its own is a really cool looking sneaker. And I think the I Want, I Can actually detracts from what is a cool sneaker. I think it takes away. It's too much on the sneaker. Whereas in the other one, it was like, because the originals had a lot of colors going on, adding that extra I Want, I Can color onto it just sort of mixed in with the rest of the sneaker. But in the case of these, you've got this really kind of cool, sleek, all black, mostly black, deep dark grays as well, colorway, and then that big splash of orange across the top, sort of, I don't know, they don't work well together for me. I think if you, like I said, if you look at the medial without that big splash I Want, I Can on the side, it's actually a really fire looking sneaker, and I kind of wonder if they could have just done away with the I Want part of it. The only other splash of color that we have on here is up on the tongue, where you see that trefoil branding in a sort of, let's go with Volt. Volt yellow or bright yellow or you know, green yellow color, and then underneath that in orange the branding, the Adidas branding, which kind of reflects the midsole and the I Want, I Can sort of part of the sneaker as well. Although the colors are slightly different, which kind of irritates me. I wish they'd gone with the same colors so that the trefoil branding matched the 3D midsole, and then the Adidas branding matched the I Want, I Can. I think they could have lined them up a little better, but still, it's a flash of color on an otherwise colorless sneaker. But like I said, I do think they would have done well to actually just go with what is a fire-looking sneaker without all that branding on it. There are some interesting hits and details on here. Usually when I review these ZX 4000 4Ds, I talk about two particular places that I like, which are at the bottom of the lacing system. There's that sort of lace holder or place holder. I think there's a piece of suede on there that says ZX 4000 on it in that kind of calculator font there. That's kind of fire. I do like the wraparounds that come up out of the upper and around and into the inner, around the top line of these guys back towards the heel. One of which, the medial side of which, has that ZX branding on it as well in the sort of computer or calculator font. And I like that kind of detailing. I'm a fan of detailing on sneakers. I've said it before in many of my videos that I like it when brands take the time to add a little bit detail or put a little effort into a sneaker, because it makes me trust that they've actually taken the time to get the sneaker out there for its design or sneaker benefit, and not just to line their pockets with cash, which of course they do as well. But you know, as long as there's a bit of an element, which reminds me of I didn't think about this, but it reminds me of a video I dropped recently called "The 5 Worst Sneakers of Winter 2019." Ding. And that's all about, you know, a large part of that video, each of those 5 sneakers, is me talking about how, you know, these sneakers have no purpose other than to make money for the brand, because nobody would have any business buying these if it wasn't for the brand. So like this Nike sneaker that's incredibly ugly, if it didn't say Nike on it, nobody would buy it, but because it's Nike, people buy it, and it really is just made to boost the profits of the company, which I get, yes, go ahead, boost your profits, but at least, keep an element of customer satisfaction, of consumer consideration in there, not just make it always about the money, which those 5 sneakers were. So, but anyway, I digress. I do like, unique hits and little detailing on sneakers, because it does make me think that they're taking a little bit more of the customer into consideration and not just going ahead and saying, like, how cheap can we make this and how much profit can we get on it? So, all in all, it's a nice looking sneaker. I'm sure a lot of people out there will like it. I just think it's just not as good as the original. The original was just such a beautiful sneaker, and I was so in love with it that it's hard to follow that. I'm reminded of Sir Alex Ferguson, the legendary manager of Manchester United, who managed there for 26 years, very successfully. I think he won more than 26 trophies. Was it 28 or 36 trophies or something like that in his time at the club? An incredible ratio of years to trophies. And then whoever followed him didn't have a chance. You could be the best manager in the world, and you're still not going to follow someone as legendary as that. And it's a bit like that with these sneakers. I really feel like the OGs are just so fire that there's no way that anything that came after could live up to them. And in my opinion, these don't live up to them. These are a pale imitation of the OG colorway. That's enough about the sneaker for now. Quick trip over to Butter Movement land. I always end the videos talking to the Butter Movement guys. Something's happening, everybody. Something's going on. All of a sudden last week, a massive jump in views and watch time. And whatever's happening out there, thank you. I think I'll talk about this tomorrow as well, because at this point in the video, not many people are watching. Thanks for watching if you are. Salute. Thank you, salute. But if not many people are watching at this stage in the video, so maybe I should talk about this earlier in the video to get more people's opinions tomorrow. But something's going on. Someone's sharing my videos or watching my videos, or I was averaging about 500 views a day across all of my channel, my whole channel, 500 views a day. And gradually that was creeping up. More subscribers you get, the more that number goes up. But then all of a sudden, I think I saw it this morning, and it was at 2,000. So we've quadrupled the number of views per day. And I don't know if that's just because I've chosen the right sneakers and that they're getting hot with people who are watching out there, or if somebody out there is making more of an effort to push my product for me and get this channel out there to the people that need to see it, so they're sharing it on social media and things like that. Whatever it is, thanks. I mean, I super appreciate it. That's the marker of a successful channel, is if your views are going up, watch time's going up, subscribers are going up, and there's been a real boost over the last 2 weeks in those things. So whoever's behind that, whether it's just the average Joe in the street finding my videos and sticking by it, or if it's somebody who's actively going out there and trying to push the channel, either way, I appreciate it very much, and thank you guys for doing that. Okay, it's time for me to sign off. I'll be back again tomorrow with another sneaker and with hint number 3 in the shoe butter game, shoe butter, shumatsu. But for now, it's time to say farewell. Thank you guys. Every single day I'm dropping this content. I appreciate you guys checking it out every single day. And if you are into that and you like having a guy drop you sneaker news and views and reviews every single day, then I'm your man. And because I do that, you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.